Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. We are so excited for another special edition show tonight. I know you're like, wow, she's already had one last week. Yes, this is another one, and we will be back next week with our another special episode. But next week is going to be the teen edition, so you definitely want to gather all of your teenagers and young adults around. But for tonight, we have more of the VIP speakers for the Building Wealth Together conference. And I'm so excited because last week we only had one male guest, but tonight we have two. So we're going to be talking with them about how do we go about building that $1 million network, okay? We understand that since COVID, everything, it has literally changed how we do business, and I don't believe that we will go back to the old way of doing business. I believe that now the season that we're in is our new way of doing business, so we need to make sure that as we're moving forward in how we're doing business, we are moving with that $1 million mindset. So I'm super excited to have my guests in our studio tonight. So tonight we have Mr. Kevin Williams rejoining us tonight, and we have our new guest, Dr. Jonas Gadson, the distinguished Toastmaster gentleman. So we will be talking with them tonight, and we will also have Miss Kim Bullock-Hennix joining us as well, hopefully. So you know what we do every Thursday night, even though it's Monday, it has not changed. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Grab your favorite drink, sit back and enjoy the ride, because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. So after our intro, we will be back with our distinguished guests. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy the ride, because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. Now give it up for our host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch.
Yes, and welcome back to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. So as I stated before our intro, we are talking about tonight building that $1 million network with some of the VIP speakers with the Building Wealth Together conference. So we're going to go ahead and bring them in the room so we can get this conversation started. So again, we're welcoming Mr. Kevin Williams, coming all the way from Canada. How are you?
Great. I'm so excited to be back with you.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. And finally, we will bring in Dr. Jonas Jackson. He's also a South Carolina native along with me. So welcome to Kiva's Place, Dr. Gadson. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm super excited to have the both of you. Like I said, hopefully Kim will be joining us. And I want to let our viewers know the visionary leader definitely wanted to be here tonight, but she is feeling a little under the weather. So definitely keep her in your prayers, because she is with us in spirit, okay? So keep her in your prayers tonight. But we will definitely carry on with the show in her regard. So welcome again, gentlemen, to Kiva's Place. Oh, and before we get started, I'm going to bring Miss Kim in. Looks like she is finally online with us. Let me go ahead and bring her into the studio as well. So how are you, Miss Kim? How are you?
Hello. I am fabulous. How are you?
I'm super
Dr.
happy.
Hi, how are you?
Doing? Great. How you doing there, Miss Kim?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me today.
Awesome. Like I said, we are going to be talking about building that $1 million network. But before we jump into that, let's go ahead and have you all introduce yourselves to our audience. So we will begin with Mr. Kevin Williams, then we'll go down to Dr. Jonas, and then end with Ms. Kim.
Well, thanks. Well, I'm working primarily as a coach, and my main area of focus is on working with husbands, but also how they're relating with their kids and with their wives and building those relationships. And I'm excited to be part of this because I recognized how how much my relationship with my wife, and also to a certain degree with my kids, actually impacts my attempts or our attempts to build wealth, build business, and all of those things. I have some rather unfortunate examples of how that can go wrong that I've learned from. So hopefully others can learn from that without going through the same problems.
We're going to talk about some of those practical things we can do to start to develop that $1 million network. So
Absolutely.
maybe you can share a couple of those. Awesome. All right, Dr. Jonas.
Yes, my name is Dr. Jonas Gadson, known as Mr. Enthusiastic. I'm so excited. I'm a best-selling author. I come from corporate America with 30 years with 2 Fortune 500 companies and a best-selling author. Now I'm a coach. I'm specialized in communication effectively. I have my own company, Partners for Purposeful Living. And my motto is, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for greatness.
Yes. I was like, come on, sir. I love that. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. All right. And finally, Miss Kim.
All right. Well, yes. So can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought my mic was muted. I'm just really excited to be here, and it's just a blessing to be able to serve and pour into your audience. I am a lifestyle and abundance coach, and the lifestyle represents spiritual royalty. And I ignite queens to reign supreme as spiritual royalty, but I'm also a mindset coach. And so I love working predominantly with entrepreneurial women and online influencers. And so what I do is I help ambitious women to break beyond the belief barriers that they have and to remove any type of mindset blocks that are paralyzing them from attaining their absolute best and massive success in life. And what my motto is, transforming queens one day at a time.
I love it. I love it. And like we talked about last week, it all starts with that mindset, right? And I love how she has this conference laid out as far as bringing the guest on, because nothing will move forward unless we do exactly what Miss Kim just said. We got to shift that mindset. We got to put it into action, right? But we got to formulate it. We have to manifest it. And then we have to develop that action plan and how we move forward. So I want to ask you all, first of all, what actually got you excited about doing this 3-day virtual conference, Build Your Wealth Together conference? So Miss Kim, what actually got you inspired in joining this conference?
Well, I love being able to, first of all, I want to say, help anybody that feels like they're not happy where they're at in their life. And I thought about, what can I do to serve and pour more into the community? Because in 2022, I realized that we all kind of had to pivot over the last 2 years with the pandemic. And so with that pivot, we had to get creative. And I just said, okay, this is something that I know I'm really excited about, is helping anyone to just remove any type of emotional, trauma that they faced. And what can we do now to think about the possibilities, right? We've done enough with the problems. I'm a solution-based type of coach. Let's focus on what we can do now to excel and move forward. Right. And so I love to dwell in the realm of infinite possibilities. And that's what was really important for me, is getting on and just sharing how I can pour into your tribe and allow them to expand their mindset beyond the trauma, beyond the pain, beyond the setbacks. Because I truly believe for every setback, we can plan a massive comeback.
Amazing. Amazing. What about you, Dr. Jonas? Why did you want to join this 3-day Build Wealth Together conference?
Yes, as I always say, there are 3 kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those who wondered what happened. So I'm a person that make positive things happen. And I love people, and I love the opportunity to help them to live their dreams, their goals, and their aspiration, because this is their time and this is their turn. This is the decade for the doers. Get it done and to move and do it right now. So this is the right time to whatever that dream, that book that you have, whatever it is that's in you, you are pregnant with possibility. And I'm here to help you not to abort your dream, but to birth your dream. Because we need to hear your story. We need to hear why you're here, because you have a gift and the gift is in you. And a lot of us are doing without because we didn't go within. There's an African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. So if you start within, you'll never do without.
Now, do you see why you need to go ahead and reserve your complimentary ticket to this 3-day conference? I'm going to tell you, because of these speakers right here, like they're already dropping nuggets on how you can progress and move forward, not only in your mindset, but in your business. So, wow, I'm super excited. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Jonas. Mr. Kevin, tell us why you were so inspired to join this 3-day conference.
Well, honestly, the first part of it was just that JJ invited me. When I met her over a year ago, I was interested. I won't tell the whole story, but she revealed that there were people who didn't like her and wouldn't go into a meeting with her on a Zoom call we were on. And after that call, I was like, I scratched my head. I don't know why would people not want to work with her or associate with her. So when she offered the opportunity, I said, I'll work with you. If you think I have something to offer to your audience, absolutely, I'll work with you. And, you know, we talked about it, and I really want to see people break free of the past that they've been struggling with, and to gain the knowledge and also the wisdom to go with it, to act on things and to move ahead. I think so many people are held back out of ignorance. They just don't know what's possible. They just don't recognize that they truly have what it takes to get where they want to go. They might want some help along the way. That's why we have coaches, and sometimes we need therapists and so on. But and as a team, if we're building a team, and that's what we're talking about tonight, it's that team that's gonna help you go far. If you want to go fast, I know you guys have heard this. If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, take people with you and work in a team. So that's a lot of what kind of behind the scenes kind of gets me excited about being a part of all of this.
Exactly. And one thing that I love what you said, Kevin, is that, you know, a lot of people are held back out of ignorance, right? And I think also fear, you know, it's the fear of the unknown, you know. And one thing, I was talking with Dr. Jonas very briefly before the show, and one thing about what this pandemic has definitely taught us, it taught us several things, but I think a couple of the main points that this pandemic should have taught us is, number one, we have to change our mindset and how we do business, right? We cannot continue doing business like we were before COVID. So we have to start to think about the futuristic business development strategies that we can teach other people and how to move our businesses into the 21st century, number one. And number two, I think what it has also showed us is that it literally put everybody on the same playing field, right? We were all in the same learning curve. What do I need to do to stay relevant, to maximize my visibility, my exposure, keep the money pot flowing, and also to stay credible in this new day and age? And what I realized is that you cannot do that by yourself, right? We had to learn to reach across the aisles and collaborate and to work together. So I want to ask you, each and every one of you, how can you teach others to build that $1 million mindset while they're still dealing with everyday struggles, and whether that's personal or business? I'm going to start with Dr. Jonas.
Well, one of the things I emphasize with helping people, a bonus from Jonas, number one, don't focus on what you have lost. Focus on what you have left, because what you have left is enough to get the job done. And not only you need to have a mind shift, you need to improve on your skills, your people skills, your communicational skill. I always say I never met a group of people that didn't bring me joy. Now, I will admit that some people bring me joy when they enter the room. Others bring me joy when they leave the room, but nevertheless, it brings me joy. And so, and of course, Kim mentioned it, pivoting is very important. That's what I had to do in 2000, is to realize that things are shifting. I didn't know anything about computer and doing. Now I'm speaking to people around the world. And I also emphasize a bonus for Jonas, just because we use tech doesn't mean that we have to lose the human touch. So this is the best time to get up and get going, to live your dreams, your goals, and your aspiration. Do it now.
I love it. Thank you so much for that. Yes. Mr. Kevin, same question. How can we teach others to build that $1 million mindset while struggling with everyday insecurities?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it really can be a challenge. And I know that I've struggled with it where, yeah, there's just so much going on. You may be very busy, certainly me with a young family and business and so on. How do you take time out to stop and think about your attitude and your mindset? And I think the biggest thing for me, there were two parts to it. One is spending enough time thinking about it and hearing about it to recognize the importance of it. And the next step was to do small things that I could do that would show me what the benefits would be. And I would have these little victories where I would just focus on one little area of my attitude or mindset and work through that for a bit. And it didn't take a lot of time, and it seemed like nothing. And then, after a few days or a few weeks, depending what it was, I would suddenly realize, oh, this area is getting better. And that didn't take a whole lot of time out of my day. And it actually snowballs. Once you get going, the effects start to compound. And so it's having, sometimes it's a little step of faith, just to carve out a little bit of time and start working on small things. And don't underestimate the value of just a little bit of time every day working on anything that will help get you to great places.
I love that practical advice. Thank you so much. What about you, Miss Kim? Same question. How would you?
No, go ahead. I'm like excited. I'm like, this is my area where I'm just so passionate about mindset, since I'm a mindset expert. And I would say definitely 80%, what people fail to realize, 80% of your success is based on mindset. 20% of your success is skill set. You can train with the best coaches. You can spend millions of dollars and have it in your bank account. But if you do not have that abundant, successful growth mindset, you're still going to fail. And this is why I love what I do, because people are like, well, I don't need no mindset coach. I'm good. But you're still in the same place you were 5 years ago in your business, because you feel you don't need growth. They'll hire a business coach. They'll hire a money coach, but neglect the mindset. And the mindset is what's going to take an ordinary coach to an extraordinary coach, an average earning coach to $1 million coach. We have to break through the belief barriers. We have to raise our wealth consciousness, our deserve level. What is it that we need to fulfill our destiny? It is mindset, 80%. The other thing I want to share is two more. Strategically planning your morning. You have to wake up with an intent, a strategic intent, not just waking up and existing and winging it. If you wake up and you wing it, your bank account's going to wing it. Your business is going to wing it. Your clients are going to wing it. You're going to have a wing it lifestyle. But when you have a strategic plan, a master plan that was put in place, I teach my clients this all the time. Plan your work and then work your plan. It sounds simple, but a lot of people aren't doing it. They're not doing it every Sunday. Do you create a weekly plan sheet? Do you write out what it is that you want to conquer for that week? And then every morning, are you waking up and are you executing it? Number 2, emotional sampling. Emotional sampling is living your life in the present as if you've already achieved what you desire in the future. So if you desire right now for you to have a thriving, successful business, you have to operate like a successful, thriving business owner. Do you look like a business owner that's successful? Do you dress for success? Do you speak with success? And I'm not talking using big words and terminology. I am saying, do you wake up in the mirror and do you say, you know what? You're a beast this morning. And you're going to get out there and you're going to crush it, king. You're going to crush it, queen. Are you looking in the mirror? I don't know what I'm going to do today. I hope I make some money. With a scarcity mindset, right? So we have to condition our minds to already be what it is that we desire before we see it. And the last thing, we've all heard that quote that says, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Oh, honey, you've already killed the miracle. No, believe it. Then you'll see it.
Girl.
I'm playing.
Listen.
Come on.
Don't tell me God won't send a confirmation. Everything you just mouthed, I quoted almost verbatim to a client today. Almost verbatim. Yes. It has to start with the mind, right? Because if you kill your aspirations and your dreams before anything is developed, it's already the plan is dead. The plan is dead.
It's
right?
Gone.
It is out of here. So we have that mindset. And I told her also today, I'm so excited for y'all being here.
Yeah, girl, I'm excited to be here. Right?
I told her the same thing today because she was telling me that she planned her set her goals monthly, which is fine and good. But you need to break those monthly goals into smaller attainable goals. And Absolutely. You need to be looking at them weekly as well as daily. And you need to be reshifting your mindset if you're not hitting these goals. So it's about accountability, number one, but it's also about having it right there before you so that you can see it and setting those smart, measurable goals. They need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. They need to be relevant to your business. And you need to put a time stamp on those goals so that they are just not sitting there lingering forever, wherever. Amen.
Yes.
Yes. I'm so excited. Yes, honey.
You're speaking my language, girl.
Okay. Awesome. So let's ask this question. Okay. So the next question that I want to pose before all of you, because there are so many myths behind mindsets, but before we dive into the myths, let's talk about, I just dropped a couple of practical things people can start doing right now after watching this show and moving their business, their networking framework, their mindset forward, setting those SMART goals, eating that elephant one bite at a time, right? Because when we look at the big picture, sometimes it's extremely overwhelming. What about breaking them down into small, biteable pieces and tackling those goals that way? So if you had to leave any practical advice, ladies and gentlemen, what would you leave that our audience can walk away from watching this show and automatically implement them today? I'm going to start with Mr. Kevin.
Almost forgot. In terms of setting goals, you're talking about specifically.
Well, just
making it practical and workable. Wow, which one to start with? I think a lot of it, to me, one of the most helpful things I've begun to do is in any goals and ambitions that I have, I've begun to make it part of who I am. And that part of that starts with knowing who I am and beginning to learn about who I am. But I recognize that when I'm trying to accomplish a goal and it doesn't really fit me and who I am and where I'm trying to go in the big picture and my sense of purpose, I fight it internally all the way. And it is so difficult, and the steps become difficult and I procrastinate. But when I find out how to make a goal that suits me, who I am, where I'm going, what I'm made to do, my purpose and meaning in life, then it becomes much easier to start to make reasonable goals. The habits that form around that become natural and just flow much more easily and more quickly. And so for me, it starts a lot with recognizing who I am and where I'm going on a deep level. Not just, oh, yeah, I want lots of money or whatever. That's nothing wrong with money. But that is usually not the starting point for me in terms of creating realistic and attainable goals, large and small steps. It always starts for me with knowing who I am and where I'm going with it.
And that is so true, because if we're not setting goals specific to us, our authentic self, we're not even going to follow it anyway.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel like it's a part of us. And you are absolutely right, Kevin. We will fight it tooth and nail. Awesome. What about you, Kim? Any practical nuggets you can leave with someone and how they can move forward with their mindset and starting to build that network?
Absolutely. The first thing that I want to say is get out of your own way. We're our worst enemy. And there's a lot of times where some individuals may feel that they're not enough. But I want to tell you today, give yourself permission. You are more than enough. And for those of you who are spiritual, I'm not here to preach. God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. So how can I say this? Everything that you need to be a success is already within you. It's already within you. Therefore, once we get this straight here, which is our mindset, and we start looking at the bigger picture, focusing on the end result. Because I know as an entrepreneur, there's days where you can get very discouraged. And you don't understand why you're going through these ups and downs in your business. Some days are better than other days, but keep going. Keep going. Focus on the end result, not what's happening right now in the midst of your journey. I like to call it your growing season, as you're exploring and you're learning, and there's days you're crying. You're frustrated. Let's keep it real. Entrepreneurship is not all beautiful and glamorous. It's work. However, it's a work that I would never, ever trade for nothing else. I love my freedom, and I love the ability to create with unlimited potential. So just keep going.
I love that. I love that. Sonya Wilson Bailey said, I said that to myself today. And I'm a firm believer, trust the process, honey. Trust the process. And sometimes the process isn't easy. Well, most of the time the process is not easy.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that we will not understand as we're going through that journey. But I promise you, just like Kim just said, if we are diligent, if we are faithful, and we are determined, it will pay off in the end. It always do. It has to.
It has to.
It has to. If you work in the effort, it has to pay off. So just stay the course. Thank you so much for that, Kim. I love that. And finally, you, Dr. Jonas.
As I always say, when your value is clear, your decision is easy. And so what I want to challenge people to the 3 C's: to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life, to work harder on yourself than you do on the job, and understand that a change is temporary, but a transformation is permanent. Don't care how many legs a caterpillar has and how fast he can run, he can never fly until he's transformed into a butterfly. So I tell people to have a checkup from the neck up. And then the other thing I want to say, but sometimes, and I've been dealing with this too, sometimes we say we don't have enough time. Well, we all are given the same amount of time. We have 168 hours in a week. Well, we work at 40 and we sleep 40. Well, you still have 88 more hours. What are you doing with it? Do the work. And the reason why I do what I do, not only because I love it, and not only I do the work, what caused me to do the work is that I'm worth it. And if you understand that you are worth it, you'll do the work. You were born with a gift, and the gift is right inside of you, and your name is on it. And all you got to do is open up your gift and develop your gift and get in alignment with your assignment. This is not an accident that you're listening to this broadcast on this Monday. This is a motivational Monday to tell you to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life. Sometimes the only help that you're going to get is at the end of both of your sleeves. You got to roll it up and open up your gift, because we are waiting for you. We are waiting to hear your voice, to hear your story. And we have 8 billion people on the planet, and there'll never be another one just like you. No one else can duplicate your fingerprint, your handwriting, or your child. So let's get it done, and let's do it right now. I'm so fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm so glad to be on here with these great people, and just firing up people to encourage them that this is your time and this is your turn.
Yes! Come on, preacher.
Yes.
Listen, this man said, listen, you have no excuse, because guess what? The buck does stop with you. The buck with you, and we have no excuse on why we are not moving forward. We have to do what God has already ordained and put within us to do, and there is no excuse but to do it, right? Kim said it perfectly. Get out of your own way. We are the biggest enemy, and we tend to just let every negative, every spirit of fear, every spirit of apprehension, we dwell in that thing. But Dr. Jonas say, look, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
That's right.
Let it go. Roll up your sleeves, do what you need to do, and make what needs to happen happen. Because you are important. You are valuable. You are needed, and you are worthy. Y'all better get your complimentary ticket to this Build Your Wealth seminar. This is just a snippet of what you will be just blessed with throughout this 3-day virtual conference. We're going to talk about how you can get that conference or get your complimentary ticket. And yes, I said complimentary. Yes, it's a gift for you to be able to align yourself with your purpose and understand what you need to do in your business and your personal life, and be able to step out confidently and boldly and move forward. Yes. Sonia says she is ready. Come on, Sonia.
Come on now. Yes.
She is ready. I'm going to drop exactly what you need to do. Just stay tuned a little bit longer. We have a little bit more to cover. So now we're going to talk about myths, because there's so much myths around building that network, networking, collaboration, all of that, right? And one thing that I'm proud to hear that has now just literally shift, and I don't know if you have heard this, Kim, but women cannot work together, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Girl, I have heard that so much, but I'm blessed to see that women from all nationalities from different countries and continents
Yes.
are literally reaching across the aisle to work together. So let's talk about some myths that we can dispel right now today on this broadcast concerning networking and collaboration. I'm going to start with you, Kim.
I was gonna say, let's get into it. You talking about women? Oh my goodness. This is why I really wanted to zoom in on women. And I am the founder and advocate for ambitious women. Not that I don't love the men, I love the men too. But that stereotype that women can't work together, women are catty, women are messy, I don't do women. Girl, bye. Let me tell you something. You can do whatever it is you put your heart to. We have to put aside self, and we have to be able to understand that there's a greater process, there's a greater moment. I love collaborate. I'll tell people all day long, I collaborate. I don't compete. If I compete with anyone, it's myself when I'm looking in the mirror. Did you do your best, Kim? Because if not, then tomorrow you better get up and you got to go harder. But for myself, so I'll be the queen of collaboration. Why? Because I understand that there's 7 billion people, over 7 billion, I'm sure, in the world. There's enough for all of us. And I also understand that being me is my superpower. No one can do it like me. No one can do it like you, Queen. No one can do it like Dr. Jonas or Kevin. We all have our blueprint. We all have a uniqueness about us. And yes, even though the specific expertise that we're teaching, someone may have, I'm sure there's tons of abundant coaches and mindset coaches, but they're not me. So your tribe will resonate with you. And that myth has to be broken. Even the one, let's even get away from women. The cliche, there's too many coaches out there. It's oversaturated. There's too many speakers. Everybody wants to speak. But do they have your story? Do they have your skill set? Do they have your character, your passion? There's always somebody that can relate to you. And so that's your tribe. So I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I'm not going to get into this or that because it's too many personal trainers or it's too many business coaches. It's too many speakers. But do we have you?
Powerful, powerful. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Kevin, any myths you would like to dispel tonight in regards to networking or collaboration?
Absolutely. I think that in terms of when I think about building our network and I think about the different specialties that we want to pull together, I think one of the things that a lot of people have trouble with is this idea that it would be rude to interview people. So to go to different lawyers or to go to different real estate brokers or investment managers and so on and test them out, interview them, find out, like say, okay, I'm going to be talking to 3 or 4 different people. You might be one of the people that gets to work with me. A lot of people feel like, oh, I can't do that. I'm implying that, they're not good enough for me or something. But here's the thing. I learned a lot about this when, and I won't get into the story, but as some of you know, 6 years ago, my family and I were in a collision, and my wife and our 4 kids all together. And it's a great tragedy, but a lot of greats come out of it. And as we heal, one of the things that we did was when we had specialists come into the house to work with us, we had to say to some people, you ain't staying in our house. It's not going to work. And I mean, we were polite about it, but it's like, you know what? This is my family. This is my life. We need to heal. I need what I need, and I know who I am, and I know how my family works, and you're not fitting with what we're doing. You're actually causing us stress. And sometimes I said that directly to people in a more kind way. Other times we spoke to an agency and they dealt with it. But the thing was, I recognized that I wasn't going to put my future and my family's future on the line to be nice to somebody. And so the same thing is true when I'm looking at investing in real estate, any business that needs legal stuff. I talk to different people and find out who are the specialists that fit with me and that I can relate to and work well with. Because this is my future. This is our family's financial future. So if we're going to build wealth together, I need to build it with people that I can get along with and that understand me and my vision and where I want to go with it. So we look at different financial advisors, and some of them just don't get where we're going and what it is that we need. And so again, it comes back to me. Who am I? And what do I need? And how do I find those people? It's not rude. It's not rude, man. If you're going to build a team that is going to work with you in the long run, it's going to be better for everybody if you're finding the people who connect with you, who work with the kinds of investments that you want to work with, the kind of businesses you want to build, and they can relate to you and they see your vision and how to help you build it. You've got to take it seriously. This is your life, your future. Don't worry about being nice to people. I mean, don't be rude, but don't pretend like it's rude. It's not. It's better for everybody to find the right fit. And that, to me, has been one of the keys of building that network that is truly successful, is finding the right people and being willing to, as I say, interview and be upfront about that. That's been a big key for me.
Yes, I love that, Mr. Kevin. And I love the fact that sometimes it's necessary to say no. Yeah. Because as much as we want to collaborate and work together, I think you just said it perfectly. It has to be a mutual fit, right? Because we can't work with everybody. Not all money is good money, right?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to say no for that peace of mind, right? And if it doesn't feel right, then it's not right for you. So when we're talking about collaboration, and he just brought up an excellent point, make sure that this is going to benefit you, your brand, and the other person, because not all money is good money, honey. So yes, check and make sure that, we can say no. You can say it respectfully, but you can definitely say no. So, and that especially goes to our women, because sometimes, and you can back me up, Kim, I get told all the time, I'm too aggressive, I'm too this, I'm that, I'm too masculine, and all this other stuff, because my no is no and my yes is yes. That's and it. I mean, I say what I mean. You don't have to guess about Kiva. I'm gonna tell you.
That's right.
And that's okay, because a lot of people think you're supposed to be a pushover, but no. Kevin is saying no, say no, and stand on it.
No. That's it. Stand in it. And no is a full sentence, by the way.
That's right. That's right.
You don't have to come back, no, because blah, no.
That's right. No period, exclamation mark, colon, semicolon, whatever you want to add to it, no is no.
That's it.
That's right.
Dr. Jonas, any myths you want to dispel tonight about networking or collaboration?
Yes, as I always say, teamwork make the dream work. And one of the myths is that some people go and said, well, if I could just get to know Kim, if I can just get to know Kevin, if I can just get to know that host, if that one person, that's a myth. That's a myth. You don't need no one person. You do need people, but you don't need no one person. And network is so important. That's where the communication comes in. That's where the people skills comes in at. So I love people. You can't help people when you resent people. So you want to build you a network of people, as Kevin said, that's going in the same direction, that got the same value. That's what I did in 2000, because I learned a long time ago, if I'm the smartest person in my group, I need to find a new group. So I did collaboration, and I hook up with people like Dr. Wood, and now meeting about 300 different people. Most of them never met, but we have gotten together and built a network and got 4 brand new Amazon best-selling books, because I got out of my comfort zone and meet people that are smarter than me, but have the same value that I have, that have integrity, and they believe that, because I was pre-programmed. Let me say this real quickly. When I was in corporate America, initially, when I used to go to the library and the laboratory early in the morning to learn how to better my best. And so they had all these books in there and had these tapes and everything. And so this book said president. I said, no, that's not me. This book, other book said vice president, not me. Supervisor, that not me. HR, not me. But when I got to the book that said employee, I said, ooh, that's me. I see, because I didn't think I could own my own business. I didn't think that I was making millions of dollars for others. But I didn't have the confidence in me. So you got to believe in yourself. And you got to believe in yourself so strongly. And as the horse said, there's a difference between confident and arrogance. And see, people who accuse us of being arrogant, I say, poor creature, I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. I know who I am. I know what my calling is, and I'm not going to answer. And as you already said, no is a complete sentence. But I do know this: to live your dreams and your goals and your aspiration, you have to stand on a mountain of no to get to your yes.
Yes, you better believe it. You better believe it. And what I will add, my myth that I want to dispel is that you have to work cheap. I want people to know your worth, and to know how much your value is, and to stand on that and charge what you feel like you deserve to get paid. Because there are certain instances where we're told, oh, you charge too much, you cost too much. I can go to Coach down the street and get basically the same thing for half the cost. Yeah, but you're not getting me.
Okay, that's
Get
it.
this. You're not getting me. You're not getting my experiences. You're not getting my knowledge. You're not getting the resources I have. You're not getting even my network of the people that I am connected with globally.
Yes,
So
yes,
going on the street, and we have to be able to, stand on our worth. So know your worth, and just be mindful of who you are working together with, because their worth should match your worth, or they should be working to get to your level, or you should be working to get to their level. There has to be somebody that is, your yin and yang, right?
yes,
And like Dr. Jonas said earlier, you don't want to always be the smartest person in the entire group. I want somebody that I can grow with. I want somebody that when I'm collaborating on a project with them, I'm learning something from them, or they're learning something from me. And we're putting our resources and our network together, and our vision together, to create something that is going to benefit the body as a whole. So know your worth, and make sure that you can match worth together. Either learn from them, or they can learn from you, and you just grow and learn that way.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Listen, this time has just flown away from us. This has been so good. I have learned so much from all of you, and I just pray that you all just continue to just do God's work, because I believe that you're here for a reason and a purpose, and God got you where you need to be, and you are just continuously to just impact so many lives. That is my prayer for you all. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been an honor, and you are welcome back, either collectively or individually. You're welcome back to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show, anytime. It has been a pleasure. Um, Before we leave, I want to leave really, really quick a couple things. We're going to talk about pet peeves, and it can be really quick, whether that's personal or business. And then we're going to leave space for final words. So, Dr. Jonas, do you have any pet peeves about whether that's business or personal that you would like to share?
Well, one of my pet peeves is to let everyone realize that you have a gift and you can bring it to fruition. You don't have to try to duplicate someone else and say the reason why they're able to do this. See, sometimes we want to share the glory, but we're not willing to listen to that person's story. You're the answer to your own dreams, your own goals, and your aspirations. Don't blame it to somebody else. Take full charge. Someone once said, at some point, wherever you are in your life, at some point, you made an appointment to be there. If you don't like where you are, then move.
Yes, I love that. Mr. Kevin, do you have any pet peeves you would like to share tonight?
I think what Dr. Jonas just said, it triggered one with me. We living in North America, especially up in Canada here. It's springtime. We just had snow today. Like,
wow,
we had about 4 inches of snow at least, and
wow,
and people complain about it. It's spring. That's what happens up here. It gets warm and it gets cold, and it gets warm and it's cold, and it's nice, and then it snows, and then it clears up. That's the way the weather is. Stop complaining about the weather. I love it. The one meme that I saw online says, if you complain about the snow, at the end of the day, you've had just as much snow, but less joy in your life. So
Amen.
just deal with it. Move on.
Amen. And like Dr. Jonas said, if you don't like the snow, move.
That's the other thing. Yeah, I've said that to people. You don't like this weather? There's a better weather down south. Go there.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
Mr. Kevin, thank you so much. All right, Miss Kim.
Where are you located, Kevin, with snow in the spring?
I'm in Ontario, Canada.
Oh, okay. I was like, because I'm in Vegas, so it's hot. I'm like, snow? It can't be in Vegas. But for me, I would definitely say be yourself. Originals cost more than imitations. And always, I think about when you be yourself, your value increases when you're an original. It's best to be an original, right, than a carbon copy of someone else. And I find that what my pet peeve is when we compare our weaknesses to someone else's strengths. There's some strengths that you have that the person you're comparing yourself to may have a weakness in. Right? Or I don't even really like to use that word weakness, I'm be honest, but I said it so I could be clear and make my point. What I usually use is opportunity. There's some strengths and opportunities that we have. Be happy where you're at. You had said earlier, Queen, about enjoying the process. Enjoy the process. I don't really feel that we need to copy other people. There's a difference though between having a mentor and learning from that person, but then you take what you learn and you add your own twist onto it. You're not trying to be that person. You're learning and you're processing information so that you can use it unto how you see fit as yourself. So that would be my pet peeve. I see a lot of copycats, and I'm not saying that as far as I've had people copy me, but it's nothing wrong with learning from someone. My pet peeve is trying to be that person. It takes away from your originality and who you are.
I love that. And that is definitely a true statement, because we see those that we want to be like, right? But instead, and it's like following a recipe. Like I'm what you would consider a baby vegan, right? So I find these vegan recipes and I try them out.
Yeah.
Some I like, some I don't like. But for the ones that I don't like, what I tend to do is I take those same recipe and I tweak it and I make them my own, right? Until I can find that combination of things that suit my palate. So I think that's what I'm hearing Ms. Kim say. It's
Yeah.
okay to have a mentor and follow the people that you want to be like, right? Because it's a roadmap. But
Yes.
make your journey your journey. You can take
Absolutely.
pieces from different. I have taken pieces from different coaches,
Yes.
mentors, and that what makes Coach Kiever. But
That
I'm
part.
still who I am, even if I may learn certain techniques or strategies or whatever from other people. You take what you can use, but then you flip it and you make it your own. You come up with
Make it
your
your
own
own.
framework for your coaching business. You make whatever you are doing your own, but it's okay to learn from other people. So
Right. And
be
that's
yourself.
it.
Be
Absolutely.
yourself. I love it. So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about Build Your Wealth Conference, which is going to be a virtual 3-day conference. Okay. I'm going to give you all the information. You have stayed, you've been engaged, you've been attentive. So, now here is the time for you to learn exactly what you need to do. So, again, Build Your Wealth Conference is a 3-day virtual conference. It's going to take place May the 4th through May the 6th of 2022. Okay. Our visionary leader, who unfortunately was not able to join us tonight because she is a little bit under the weather, she has made this conference so easily accessible to the point to where all you have to do is log on to this website to obtain your virtual tickets, your complimentary ticket. Okay. It's a virtual event and the ticket is complimentary. So you don't have to pay to attend this conference, okay? You can learn from these same VIP speakers and along with many other speakers. There's a plethora of speakers that's going to be talking about so many different aspects of business and wealth and just collaboration. And that's the whole focus of this seminar is business, is working together, is building that wealth. And we've talked about how you can build that mindset and how you can build that $1 million network. Well, if you want to learn more, go ahead and register for this summit. You can visit www.womenswealthsummit.com. Again, that's www.womenswealthsummit.com. Go ahead and get your complimentary ticket today. Don't wait. I don't know if there's a number on the tickets or not because they're free. So I don't know if there's a number on it, but you definitely don't want to be the last one to find out that it's sold out. Okay. So go ahead and get your ticket right now. Go to womenswealthsummit.com. And if you would like to reach out to her, her name is JJ Conway. She is a visionary leader for this conference, and this is her contact information. So definitely visit this website. You can also go to buildingwealthtogether.com as well. So www.buildingwealthtogether.com. So you can visit any one of those websites and learn more about this conference. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some final, just a minute or two to just drop any final moments. And as you're speaking, I'm going to let our audience know how they can get in contact with you. Okay. So, Ms. Kim, any final words?
First, I want to say thank you so much, Coach Kiever, for allowing me to grace your platform today. I have been blessed tremendously listening to the other speakers, in addition to yourself. And what an honor it is to be here. And I definitely have to make sure that I show love to JJ. Thank you. Even though in your absence, we still miss you and miss your presence. This wouldn't have been possible without you, Queen. And I adore you. I do. And so thank you so much for that. And my final words that I'd like to leave, I have two simple words, but yet powerful words that are my slogan that I use for my ambitious women. Anyone who's watching, you know what they are. But every morning, I want for you to visualize that you have a crown of honor, a crown of abundance, a crown of greatness upon your head. And as you look in the mirror, I don't ever want for you to allow anyone to knock that crown off, including yourself. And so with that said, the two words that I want to leave you with are crown on, to recognize the greatness that's within you and the royal DNA that's flowing through your veins.
Powerful. Thank you so much. Mr. Kevin, any final words?
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Keever. It's really been a lot of fun being here with you and really appreciate you. And of course, JJ for what she's doing. And this is all part of building the network. I chose to respond to JJ, and I get to meet you, and I get to meet Kim and Dr. Jonas, and who knows where these relationships will go and what we'll do together. And I'll just reiterate as final words that everything in our life begins with our thoughts, as has already been said. And my greatest ambition is to help people realize that you have what it takes. You really do. And you're capable of so much more than you realize. And if you don't see that yet, take a step of faith and reach out to someone who can help you begin to see that. You do have what it takes. You are capable of so much more than you realize. So I just really look forward to sharing at the beginning of May at this conference and learning from all the other speakers there. So thank you again, Coach Keever, and Kim and Dr. Jonas. It's been a great time being here with you.
Awesome. Thank you. It has been a pleasure having you as well, Mr. Kevin. And finally, Dr. Jonas, any final words?
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Keever. She's my homegirl now, right in South Carolina. So great to have the privilege to be on your show, and certainly with Kim and with Kevin. And certainly our prayer goes out to our fearless leader, JJ Conway. In closing, what I want to leave, because I specialize in communication, bonus from Jonas, if you cheat yourself in your preparation, it will show up in your presentation. And we are being bombarded with information, but we are starving for knowledge. So I encourage you, May the 4th through the 6th, be a part of this great summit that's going to transform your life. And remember, my mantra is, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for greatness.
Yes, amazing. I love you guys, and thank you so much. You see why you need to grab that ticket? Go ahead and grab that ticket. Grab that ticket. Grab that ticket. I'm going to pop it on real quick as we're closing out. So thank you, Dr. Jonas, Kim, and Kevin. Thank you so much. And thank you to Ms. JJ Conway. In your absence, you have brought these wonderful speakers to Keever's Place. And I'm super excited to just sit back and just learn more. And I'm also one of the speakers, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and grab your ticket, okay? You don't want to miss this virtual conference. And until this Thursday night, rather, we will have another amazing show. And next week, Monday, we're coming right back with the final closeout special edition show for the Build Wealth Together conference. We will have our teenpreneurs in the house next Monday, so you don't want to miss our show next week nor this Thursday night. So definitely come back and join us. And listen, we love you guys to life. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for just, having us on for these 4 seasons. We are definitely growing leaps and bounds, but we couldn't have done it without you all. So we love you here at Keever's Place, and we're glad that you're here and join the ride with us. So until next time, family, continue to share, connect, and glow, because building your network also builds your net worth. So thank you again for watching. Peace and blessings. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you for watching Keever's Place, the Keever Murdoch Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Keever's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Keever's Place Book. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.